are not just happening now. They have been happening from time immemorial. They have been there. The devil have been using that to destroy great men and women. And eventually, he said, okay, don't worry, woman, you are pregnant, no problem. I will pin the woman to your husband so that you can have a bastard. And he called Uriah from the battle. He said, come home. General called him and he got there. Monster. He said, yes, how are you? How is the battle? He said, the battle is fine. Okay, now, eat there, go home. And then the man did not go. He slept by the door. He woke up. He got there. Sir, it's a monster. Are you still here? I said, yes, sir. Why did you go home? He said, I can't go home. How can I go home? The ark of the Lord is there. My Lord Joab is there. Everybody is fighting in the war. Must I go? And he mentioned, must I go and stay with my wife and be comfortable? He was a loyal servant. He was a loyal servant. And he was a loyal soldier to the core. It's okay, no problem. The second day again, he gave him what to drink, did everything and everything. Go home. The man did not go home. And that's okay, no problem. I am praying for you. Anybody that wants to destroy you, may God destroy them before they destroy you in the name of Jesus Christ. I remember one of our seniors in the university, he said, when he read this story, if anybody writes a letter for him, if a letter of recommendation for him to take you somewhere, he said he will open it first and read the content. But probably it's not something that will kill him. He will read the content first. We laughed at it, but he meant something. And eventually, he said, okay, you can go and give him a letter. He sent the letter to Joab, partner in crime with David, studying David. Most of you don't come to digging deep. We look at characters. We are studying Joseph. He's studying divine righteousness. But because of fasting, we are looking at parables now. When the fasting ends, by April, we'll start our digging deep again. And as soon as Joab got it, all he did was to put Uriah where the war was fiercest. And they killed Uriah. And he sent to the king, said, go and tell the king, so. And when the king is unhappy that the war did not go well, tell him that Uriah has been killed, so that I can pacify him. And as soon as the soldier was killed, as soon as Uriah was killed, David moved the girl into his palace and began to stay with her there. And of course, God dealt with him. Now, the something is that most people always say, hey, he was a man after God's own heart, and he did that thing, and God kept quiet. Do you know what he faced? In the course of a month, we are going to be looking at some of the things about it. That was where God told him the next chapter, when God said Prophet Nathan to him. And God told him, Saul, do not depart from your house forever. Up to today, they are still fighting in Israel. Gaza is still the war. That is, do you want Saul to be in your house forever? Like David had, only because of 3 minutes or 4 minutes enjoyment with a woman? That is one of the things I want to know. Now, I will talk to them in the morning about sexual behavior. You know, age does not stop it. The fact that somebody is old, the fact that somebody has aged, does not stop sexual immorality. The other time, there was a time that a 70-something-year-old man was charged for sexual impropriety. Very, very terrible. And that is why I told them in the morning, everybody is a sexual being. Therefore, there are some hormones that are working in your body. And I told them, out of all the hormones, there are 2 major ones there. Oxytocin, there that you have to be able to be and dopamine, to be very, very careful about, because oxytocin is about when you get married, they call it a love hormone. It will stick you together. And then dopamine has to do with ecstasy, about orgasm and whatever you enjoy there. Now, when you break off from this one, sleep with this one, break off for this one, the oxytocin in your head is scattered and then distorted, disorganized. And then, by the time they are joining you and somebody together, oxytocin does not match again because it's already flat, it's already scattered. And then they can join you physically. You might not be joined soulishly, might not be joined even in the heart. And it becomes a problem. And that's one of the things about sexual immorality. Because what happens is that a part of you lives in the person that you have slept with. Seriously. There was a study carried out, but the study was not followed, about the fact that anybody that you sleep with, a part of that person lives in you, a gene of that person lives in you, and whatever thing there. But along the line, they have not, I'm still working on whatever. Those who carry it out, they have not been able to put it on. But sexually, in the spiritual realm, it lives in you. In the spiritual realm, it goes on. And it goes on. Now, let me tell you these stories. I have told you some times ago. In this church, I was in the office almost 3 or 4 years ago when they brought a girl. And the girl was crying. I said, what happened? What happened, girl? What happened there? She started crying. What happened? And she said her sister was killed. Your sister died? How? What happened? Were you coming to the church? He said, we came to the church once. When we came, we saw that you were preaching about intercourse and everything we were talking. He said, it was too hard for us, so we stopped coming. He said, you stopped coming? He said, we are from Redeemed Church, so we stopped coming. And then, Pastor, we went out, clubbing, doing some other things and whatever. We stopped coming to church. Said, she not that. Well, what happened to your sister? The sister got into the hand of somebody who was sleeping together, giving her money. And one day, she went to a particular town, and then they used her for money rituals, and they put her in the vehicle to bring her to Abraka. As soon as the vehicle came, they called her. When she got there, the sister was half dead, and he didn't know even if she had stopped coming for a long time. Eventually, they took the sister to hospital, and she died there. I said, what? And you are not coming? You see, the church is a place to correct you. If the church does not correct you, the pastor is in trouble. Do you know? When you look at that Luke chapter 16 about the rich man Lazarus, and then the rich man was asking God, was asking Father Abraham, send somebody to the world to go and warn my people so that they won't come here. Father Abraham said, no. If somebody was sent from the dead, they won't listen. They have Moses and the prophets to tell them. The Moses and the prophet represent the pastors. So therefore, if the pastors that are Moses and the prophet, if they do not tell the people about their sins, if anybody goes to hell from that church, God will ask the pastor, why? Why did you not say it? As you are coming in, we need to alert you about sexual purity. We need to alert you that you have to be holy. We need to alert you that there's a danger out there, and you must not fall into it. And that's it. Number 2, a woman was invited to our church in Wari. And then she had been in charge of, brothels, preaching to them. And she brought a girl along, a former ashewo. And the girl said, she brought out a thread. And she brought out a needle. He said, look at this thing. He said, anytime we sleep with a man, what we do is that after the man had done whatever, or whether if he use condom or does not use condom, what we use a part of his sperm, we use this needle to pin it, and we pin it to this wool. His life is pinned forever, and his life is destroyed forever. Say, that was it. The third one, I've told you all these stories. We were in a parish in Wari, and then one day, one man invited me to his place. So the place he was building. When I got there, the whole place collapsed. The whole place was a dump site. I said, what happened? He said, Pastor, I was a rich man before. I was a rich man before. I said, what happened? He said, he slept with a girl. And that was the end of his riches. I said, what? He said, only one girl. I led him to Christ. I prayed for him. But one of these days, I even asked him to come and talk to us in the church. I prayed for him. He repented, gave his life to Christ. And I left. And redeemed. Some few months after, I was transferred. The day I was going, the day I was to leave the church, he said, Pastor, come. Less than about 2 or 3 months after we placed, Pastor, come. He took me to that same place. I saw one of the most beautiful houses in Wari there. Say, what happened? He said, God forgave me. He said, Pastor, as soon as you pray and I repented, things changed. I said, what? Brethren, I experienced the blessing. I could experience what holiness means. When you repent and you are holy, there is nothing God cannot give you. Hebrew 1:9. Because thou loved righteousness and hated iniquity. Therefore God, even that God has anointed thee with the oil of gladness above thy fellows. That is why you need to be very, very careful about it. These sex hormones that are working in your bodies and working, doing every other thing, there are so many, but I just single those ones out. You need to be very, 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 very careful. Now, I was telling to tell them in the morning about some kind of people, those who have zero sexual experiences, that are the most dangerous. Because the devil can pick them. Number two, those who have theoretical sexual experiences, only theories you know. No practical yet. Very dangerous too. You need to be taught how to practicalize it when you get married. And I remember I told them in the morning, God is not against sexual intercourse. What is against is sexual intercourse outside marriage. It has to be the only license that covers sex is marriage. If you are feeling sexy, whatever, go and marry. Yes, go and get married. Then I told them about violated sexual experiences. Those who have been violated, whatever. And then the next one are those who are home taught sexual experience. Very, very good. As a father, as a mother, teach your children about sexual experiences. Let them know what it is. Don't tell them, you as a girl, if a man touches you, you'll be pregnant. And the girl is going. And he gets home, started crying. Say, what I've said, mommy, I'm pregnant. Oh. In fact, I'm pregnant with twins. Say, what? 2 boys touched me today while I was coming in the class. You are already distorting so many things. You know, very, very good. You need to teach them before the next one. Those who are the street taught sexual experiences. Those who are taught on the streets. Those who are taught on the street. And the street taught as well, I want to also put it just like this environments, whatever thing they are. Those who have been taught, very, very terrible. Those that they will teach them what the street knows about sexual intercourse. How you need to move, how to respond, how to do this. And street thought is very dangerous because street thought has to go with violence, has to do with so many things, irregularities, has to do with many terrible things. Street thought, they will teach you. You don't know what to do? Pick a boy, do this, they will teach you. If you don't have sex by so age, you will not have a child forever. Street thought. And you too will put that in your head. They will teach you, if you have not aborted before, you are not a real girl. You too will be looking for how to abort. They will yes. They will tell a boy, if you have not got gonorrhea, if you have not got any STD to be treated by whatever, you are not a man. So the man will also be looking, and you become a prey in the street. And the street will teach you terrible things. And one of the things about it is that for every man that has sexual issues, that will give us your sexual behaviors. Give us your sexual behavior. The more you are exposed sexually, the more terrible things will be happening there. The more terrible things. Street thought. And number 6 is the social media taught sexual experiences. The social media, it can take you everywhere. Can take you to India, can take you to Europe, can take you to America, can take you everywhere. So as you are watching the porn, as you are doing everything they are doing there, a part of what you are watching there is happening in you. And before you know what is happening, that is what you will be recalling in your brain, your thinking, and your everything. And then, of course, normal sexual behavior. That is what we are trying to teach you today. By the grace of God, God permits us. I need the church permits me. What we do, for those before you get married, we teach you how to have sex. Yes, in the church. We'll teach you everything. If God permits me, I might teach that I have brought there. Very pure. Whatever thing, doesn't know anything. But all of a sudden, this is a human being, a girl. Now, she's raped. When a girl is raped, what we have done is to use knife to cut her. I love that. Can you see? This is what rape does. When somebody is violently dealt with, this is the problem. Can you imagine somebody going in life with this? Can you imagine that? And when somebody like this goes along in life like this, the life becomes battered. Now, this is a sexual opening, but sexual opening was not used. That is why, if you rape a woman, you have become an ape. Amen? You rape a woman, you have become an ape. And this girl that is caught like this, her life becomes battered. Depression comes into her. This girl that is caught like this, she also begins to have this resistance against sex. There was a particular man who married a girl. And this girl, they have had children, all of a sudden the woman would just come out to beat the boy, to fight the boy, to do something. And what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? And it was happening so many times. And the man did not know what happened. Until one day, they would just be playing, the girl would just turn violent. Until one day, the man confronted. I said, my wife, what happened? Why are you behaving like this? What? And then she confessed that she was raped. She was caught like this. When she was raped and caught like this, she made up her mind that she will not get married to anybody. But he said, why did you marry me? He said, it was because of societal pressure. And as soon as he married, he said, I married you and I hated you because I hate men. Can you see? So many girls like this here. You have been violated, you have been raped, cut in half. Only that this thing I would have cut in so many ways. But the problem with this is this. So many people that have been violated like this early in their lives, you discover that very soon, apart from the depression or whatever thing, a lot of them will also develop likings for sexual violence. If some people get married to a normal man, you discover that they are not normal. Until the man becomes violent, because that was what had changed the psyche of everything that they think about. Now, that was a story. A girl was raped by 4 men. 4 men raped her. They caught her, bleeding, everything. And it became a problem. After those 4 boys raped her, they came back to beg her. But they said they want to continue it. Because she too felt she enjoyed it, she obliged them. As time went on, one of them backed out because he became a Christian. 3 of them started doing it. This girl got married. She was still having the 3 sons with these boys. Or 4 sons now, 4 of them. With these boys. She got married in Nigeria, lived in Nigeria, and he said, these boys are abroad. They will send that flight ticket to come to be slept with. And she said, anything outside sleeping with 3 men, she does not think about it. Can you imagine how she has been battered and caught in several ways? That is how God wants, that is the reason why God wants to help you. To take you away from such web, and can be very terrible. Now, another thing is this. When somebody has been battered like this and caught like this in rape, you will now discover that such people can now also become sexual predators. They too will develop an affection. They did it to me, I will do it to some other people. And becomes a problem. And because it becomes a problem, you now discover something terrible is happening. Then, there are some people that are pedophiles. These pedophiles, they are people, like I was asking them, how many of us have read about, you have heard about Jeffrey Epstein? The Epstein file that has just been released. Some of them released now. Whatever. How many of us? Can I see your hand? Okay, quite few. You need to go and know about it. Every little girl or little boy is an endangered species. There are Epsteins everywhere. They look innocent. But yet, they specialize in molesting little girls and little boys. Yes, they molest them. And that is why we need to be very careful. There was a school teacher that was jailed for life in Lagos for raping a 3-year-old girl. He had battered that girl, caught the girl. Can you imagine what rape is, cutting the girl like that? That is why. You see, if the church does not teach it, God will judge the church and ask the pastor, why did you not say it? That is why you need to be extra careful and get out. The sexual perverts, pedophiles, they go about with nails to hit anything. And some of them are girls too. They can look for any man that they want to find a way to deal with. And of course, they can find a way to begin to look also for people around. People around. People around. Then, some people can be sex objects. You have been sweet taught. You need to get a boy. They need to sleep with you. You need to whatever thing. You to begin to play around, move around. See, everybody that is here has one sexual experience or the other because the hormones are inside us. Are you listening to me now? Like I told them in the morning, the hormones are to help you towards sexual gratification, satisfaction with your husband, with your wife, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 7 from verse 1. The Bible says, let every man render to his wife due benevolence, and the husband too, and the wives render to their husband to do benevolence. He said, no man has a control of his body. He said, the husband has the control of the wife's body, the wife has the control of the husband's body. And that is why Hebrews 13 verse 4, marriage is honorable in all, bed undefiled, all muggers and adulterers God will judge. The moment as beautiful as you are, very fine, and you move, because you are beautiful, because you are fine, because you are good. I'm using that as a man, as a woman. All of a sudden, then some pool will be gravitating towards you. Oh, the boys will be coming. The girls will be coming. You are the sharpest in the class. You are the one that understands this. You speak good English. You wear good clothes. You do every other thing. Now they begin to move towards you. And as they are moving towards you like that, you open up sexually. Immediately, the opening, you open up sexually. All of a sudden, what happens is that this one will come, enter you, and goes in. This one will come, enter you, and will go in. And then this one will come, enter you, and will go in. Before you know, as beautiful as you are, you can see. Can you notice anything inside this thing? Can you notice it? But it's inside. Because it's inside, you have been one way or the other injured sexually. And because you have been injured sexually, you can parade, you can do every other thing. You can even masquerade that the man can marry you or whatever thing there. But all the experiences and the sexual thing you have been having, all the things that have been going inside you, they form a part of your behavioral pattern. And then, that's the one thing I want to beg you for. There are so many, streetwise, so many girls are taught, and so many girls will think, the more body counts you think you have, the better your life is. May I tell you, the worse your life is. Some people are not ashewo in brothels, but they are ashewo in their hostels. Whereby, anything goes, they sleep with this, they sleep with that, they sleep with that. What is your problem? A boy comes, meets you, say, oh, now, how are you? I say everything. Say, I'm fine. I say, for that thing. You care for Coke? Say, I don't mind. You care for meat pie? And because of meat pie and Coke, they sleep with you. They drop something inside you. Meat pie and Coke. And then the boy that has been speaking good English to you and every other thing blocks you. Say, oh boy, what is happening now? What is that? Well, he blocked me after he has slept with you. He blocked me, I blocked me. At the end of the day, you go and look for another man. Another one, he drops it inside you. Before you know what is happening, you have been wounded severally. How many girls can we say are pure? How many boys can we count to be pure? That is why I told you, if the church does not preach it, God will judge the pastor. Did you not tell them? Did you not tell them? I want to beg you, as much as possible, don't let your life be destroyed. As a boy, as a girl. We have had a situation where, a report in my office, a boy was camped by some girls in their room to be sleeping with them. Yes, they camped him there. And they were using him, they said, we'll give accommodation, but being our, and he was sleeping with about 2 or 3 of them there. And the boy was going there. What is your problem? You know, the problem I have is this.